Hey everybody, Kimberly here, and I am super excited to share with you a hidden gem from 2022 that maybe you haven't heard of, but you absolutely will fall in love with the second you hear it's a combination of werewolf and The Crew. So this game is called Inside Job, and it is a trick-taking game, and it's semi-cooperative. So what happens is one player is going to play the insider, and that person is the werewolf figure in the game. So that's where the werewolf comes in, and the trick-taking comes in from the crew, because that is a fully cooperative game. And players have goals. They have missions. Every single round that you play one hand or a trick from your hand, but you don't know who the insider is, and they're going to try to thwart people's plans without being obviously identified. So it's just a load of fun with hidden identity cards and most everybody at the table working together. And it's also about successfully achieving your goal and, in some cases, winning the trick. So in the beginning of the game, players are going to receive their role and find out if they're an agent, which is someone that you can trust, or the insider who wins on their own condition. Then you're going to deal out the requisite number of cards depending on how many players are in the game, 3, 4, or 5. And yes, there are variant rules for a 2-player game. Then you're going to assign a first player, and that first player is going to draw 2 mission cards from the deck and look at them secretly and select the mission that they want the team to achieve or not, because they might be the insider, who knows. And then that other card that they don't pick is discarded to the box lid, so nobody knows what they were choosing between, and all you know are the cards that are dealt to you, and those cards are going to be that basic hand 1 to 13 in 4 different colors. Once the mission is visible, that start player will play down a card just like in any trick-taking game, setting the suit that players have to play by. Now, there are no rules of higher or lower numbers as long as you just match the suit. Now, players who are on the good team, the agents, have to play by the rules. They have to play by trick-taking logic, which is if someone leads with, let's say, blue, you have to play a blue card from your hand if you have a blue card in your hand. Now, there is going to be a trump suit every single round, and it's at the bottom of the mission card, and so the trump suit differs every single hand based on what it says on that mission card. So there's some real flexibility here for the insider, because they can say, oh, I'm out of blue cards. I don't have any blue cards, friends. I have to play this trump card, or I have to play this slough off card from a different suit. And what it is it's this fascinating play of looking at all of your fellow players and just being cast into deep, deep doubt of what alliance they have. And that's just loads and loads of fun. And so once I play on the lead, then it goes to the next player, the next player, the next player. Let's just say we have a 4-player game. So there are 2 things that you evaluate at the end of a hand. The first thing is you check to see, did the team accomplish the mission? If they did, that card is slid to the top of the table and counts as one of their completed missions. And again, depending on the amount of players, you want to collect a set number of missions and complete them before the insider wins a set number of hands. And that's the second thing you look at, is who actually won the trick. Was it the first player who led off with a 13 blue? Did anyone play a trump? Well, then that 13 blue is going to win the hand. But let's say one player played the trump suit, which ended up being yellow. Then they actually won the hand, but you could still have accomplished your mission based on what the requirements are. So those are the 2 things you check. Now, if that person took the trick and they take a briefcase, you kind of give them a side eye. You kind of glance at them and you're like, are you really on my team? And just so much doubt, so much doubt. It's loads of fun, lots and lots of table talk. And I thought this game was just a wonderful blend of werewolf, which has that hidden secret sneaker, who's trying to throw all the villagers off. In this case, it's the agents. But then it's got that crew, which is your cooperative, mostly cooperative in this game, trick-taking aspect. So it's got a lot of fun packed in there for 3 to 5 players, but there's also risky missions that make the game a little bit harder for the agents. And then there are these alternative roles that you can mix into the cards when you deal them out for the hidden identities in the beginning that make those agents just a little bit trickier or more interesting. You have neutral roles, and you also have tougher insider roles, which is the baddie in the game. And that reminds me of Shadow Hunters, which is just a party table favorite for a bigger group. I think that goes up to 8. So Inside Job, fun, fast, you have fun the whole time, no one is eliminated, and once you get to the end and no one has accomplished their mission, what you do is you actually come down to a vote, and you will look at everyone at the table and say, who do I think is the insider? And there will be a 1, 2, 3 point. And if the majority of everyone at the table points at who is really the insider, the agents win. And if it's a tie or it isn't a majority on the insider wins. So there's just so much fun to be had here. Now I have to say that when we played this with my friends, at the end of it, Lewis, my husband, said, this replaces the crew for me. And I thought that was really interesting. That was super shocking to me because I love the crew. We played so much the crew. The very first one, then we played the second game, and it kind of dropped off a little bit halfway through, but I really liked what they were doing with the crew, the second one. But what I thought was so fascinating was he liked that this was more engaging. It was more interactive. In the crew, it's just silence. You just sit at the table and just hopefully play the best hand, and you hopefully achieve your missions, and you just keep kind of being challenged, and it's more of like this internal puzzle and this logic game. And he really liked this because it had a little bit of flair and a little bit of unknown and a little bit of ooh like to it. And we were just talking the whole time. I was laughing riotously the whole time when we played. And I had a really good time. So for me, he said, for him, he said, if I play this game, if I play any game like this, it's going to be Inside Job. It's not going to be the crew. It's not going to be werewolf. So for some people, I mean, for Lewis, Inside Job is it. And I have to say, I do still really enjoy the crew experience. I still could get into a game of werewolf any second if I have a large group of people. And for me, Inside Job just joins that wonderful Venn diagram of social interaction, hidden roles, and trick-taking, which is fun. It's a really fun genre, especially when it becomes almost or entirely cooperative. So if you haven't heard of Inside Job and this intrigues you because you're really a big fan of those kinds of party games, deduction games, and just card games, right? Again, trick-taking, then I think Inside Job is right up your alley, and it's perfect for those 3 to 4 and 5 player game nights where you have half an hour to maybe 40 minutes and you just want to sit down and have a hoot. This will give you memories. Okay, everybody, I will see you later. Bye.